question. Let's get ready to start streaming. Hey, welcome back to another RSG stream. I'm Ranger J1999, one of your hosts for the Lunch Hour stream. What's the Lunch Hour stream? Well, we just kick back and hang back with you good people and talk about the game and hang out and have a good time for your hour so you have something to listen to while you're munching on your favorite snacks and lunch, whatever you're doing. Joining me is the crew of cast and characters. Dr. Finn is here, but he is in a meeting, so hopefully he'll be here soon. Well, let's see who else we've got. We've got our boy Grim.
Wasabi.
We got Zyla Takedown.
What's going on?
And of course, we have the young apprentice of the troll extraordinaire. Sanely's here as well.
Greetings, exalted ones.
And of course, all the way from across the pond, the one and only Mike. Mike Hunt is here.
Horseradish.
That's right, horseradish indeed. Pardon me, sir, but would you happen to have any Grey Poupon?
Yeah, his was more impressive because the accent.
Well, it's true.
That accent, man.
He's got an advantage.
Yeah.
Hold on, my phone just went crazy.
I was threatened with elocution lessons as a kid. Made me speak proper like what I do now.
Or a bar soap. So, glad to see everybody here for this hump day. If you have questions about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, by all means, let them flow through, and Stanley will scoop them up, and we will answer them. I hope everybody's Territory Wars went well, and if not, that you had fun. We had an epic match against Hosky Patrol. Congrats to those guys for beating us. It was a really good match. It came down. They cleared us, and we were trying to clear them, but got down to two zones left. We got the last zone to like 6, but it was they just had too many Emperor Palpatine on teams, and we just didn't have quite the firepower to get through it. So, good on them. Congrats to them. How did everybody else do?
We won, did we?
Mike won? Okay.
We cleared the board.
Very nice.
Nice.
Yeah, we did. We cleared JTR. We cleared all that. We thought of all their hard zones, and then we got to that zone. We're like, well, hello there. Like, wow, pulled that right out the butt, man.
One of our officers is doing is posting a famous 5 after the raid, after the territory war.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone that's been attacked 5 or more times gets on there.
Mm-hmm.
And my raid Jedi training squad were hit 7 times before they capitulated.
Yes. Very nice.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, my guild won by 26 points.
Yes, very nice.
26.
Yeah, yep. Remember I won by 36 before, or 34. Both cleared. It came down just to who had won without dying less. I mean, it was pretty cool. So this is the way Territory War should have been set.
Kiss them before you do nasty stuff like that.
Yeah, it's pretty epic.
Hey, Ranger.
Yeah. Hey,
Face.
Vincelli, I didn't know you were here.
How's your face?
Oh, my face is fine. Totally fine. Trust me, I've had way worse. If you don't know, last night we were doing Battlefront 2, and I'm convinced that Perv has permanent brain damage. I think Vincelli can back me up on this. He does the most outrageous things in Battlefront I have ever seen that you're just not expecting, because we're having fun, we're playing along, we're doing the Battlefront, and all of a sudden he does stuff that you just out of the blue, you're like, what in the hell? So we're playing Battlefront 2 last night, and so he wanted to be Boba Fett, but for some reason he was having some kind of issue last night where he kept picking another character for him, right? So he gets Boss. So we go through the opening scene, and it shows all the characters facing off one another. Game launches. We're in there. We're looking over like, oh hey, me and V were kind of giving him a hard time, like, oh look, you got Boss. He's like, nope. And we're in Bespin. He literally runs off the side of the bridge and kills himself. He could have hit B and just come back and selected another character, but not Perv. Perv just literally turned and said, nope, and just killed himself, which I was not prepared for. You're not prepared for someone just to do something like that. So I started laughing, and I laughed so hard that I started seeing stars, and I leaned forward, but I couldn't control myself because, you know, you're like, you get lightheaded and stuff. I literally face planted into the carpet, and so face planted into the carpet, rug burned my top of my head. Hit my nose, which is already sensitive because it's already allergy season. Had a bloody nose. Wife comes running in. She's like, "Oh my god!" Because there's a big thud, and so she runs in there. I'm sitting there standing up, and she just looks at my face. I've got blood coming out my nose, and I got this mark on my head. It's a little scratch mark, and she's like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" And I'm just sitting there dying laughing. I can't stop laughing. So for the next 5 minutes, I'm in there trying to clean myself up, but I can't because I'm laughing so hard. It's a freaking perv. Stupid perv. And it didn't stop. He kept going the whole night. He just kept doing stuff like that.
Pretty contagious.
Like, I was telling Grim, like, we were doing more heroes and villains, and this psychopath, we kill Maul, so we get the point, and then Vader and Palpatine come over. I'm fighting them as Rey. He's like, I'm not going to win this. I'm out. Jumps off the side of the ledge. Like, what? Did you just leave me there to die and kill yourself? He's like, yep, I wasn't going to win, so I just killed myself. I'm like, oh my god, what's wrong with you? Oh my god. There was just stuff like that. We're going to put all that stuff together. I'm going to add those to the clips, V. Oh, needless to say. So, my nose, I had a little mark on my head from falling and laughing last night. I can't deal with him. Oh, we just got $2 from Vigilant Sentinel. He says, is B2 a character you can still use? Maybe in Territory Wars. Oh, yeah, you can still use B2. He's still pretty good. I mean, you know.
Oh, yeah.
His AoE Dispel and everything else he does. Yeah, he's a good little
Buff
kid.
immunity, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All the turn meter game.
Oh, yeah. He's still a character. You can use him in different squads. I don't know what squad you would mainly want to put him in, but, oh, yeah. You can do that.
Throw
I
an
just saw
accuracy
that.
arrow on him, too. An accuracy arrow is
Where are you?
An accuracy arrow is.
Zara, where are you? Are you in your car? You sound like very far away.
No, sorry, excuse me, I didn't have the mic down.
I don't know what you're doing, but you sound like distant, like not with us.
I'm back.
And here comes the cops to arrest you.
They're coming to take Mike away.
Yeah, they're coming to take Mike. Yeah, okay. The Bobbies are coming
Actually,
for
right.
Mike.
It was the men in the white coats.
Oh, okay. So that was my epic Battlefront 2. We'll do some more after the stream tonight. I can only imagine what awaits us after the stream. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh Christ! No,
I'm stoked, man. I can't wait for this week.
Oh, ridiculous. All right, questions. Let's start getting into some questions. What do you got for us, Sanley?
David Bond, is Grande's chicken in attendance?
No, the chickens are no more. We were pretty sure that they were killed or they were taken away by their owners.
R.I.P. chickens.
Yeah, they were there and then they are no more.
Is it coincidental that Kentucky Fried Chicken have now filled their chicken orders?
I mean, you can make the correlation. There's no actual factual data to that, but I mean, you know, coincidences exist in life all the time, so we don't know. So, no, the chickens are no more. No more Grande chasing chickens. Until he finds some chickens. All right, next question.
Camille Buhalski. Question, I'll be the first in my shard late December 2017. Shard to unlock GK.
Nice.
Question, will EP lead, Vader, Thrawn, TIE Fighter pilot, and GK as tank do the work, or should I rather get Cyan or other dark side tank?
General Kenobi will hold you over until you get Cyan, but you need to get the Zeta on him and Gear 12, really, to make Cyan really effective. Because there's some people in my shard that run him like Gear 11, Gear 10, and he's not max stars, and I just mow through that team. It's too easy. But the Gear 12 one's a little bit more difficult, little bit tougher with the Zeta and stuff. So It can be done, but it's a lot harder, and it just synergizes more with that team than Kenobi does. But Kenobi, yeah. Until then, Kenobi's a beast, and he'll do you justice in that team.
Also, what was the team comp again, real quick?
Emperor Palpatine lead, Vader, Thrawn, TIE Fighter, Pilot, and GK as tank.
You could even look at Sith Trooper.
Sith Trooper wouldn't be bad. You could throw
It's
a
been finding
Tarkin.
its
You could throw a
place,
Tarkin
get it
in
to
there
tier
instead of TIE
12.
Fighter pilot.
Yeah, I was going to say Tarkin.
Tarkin
is
in that
beast.
team is really sick.
I fracture Tarkin instead of anyone else going against a Palps Tarkin squad.
Well, it depends. If I've got a team and they've got Scion, I'm going to either use Luke's ability because I run my Titan team with him with Rex. I will either use Luke's ability or fracture him if I have to. I don't want Scion getting the pain and start going because then it's a pain in the ass. But one of those two, and it depends if they got Thrawn. Thrawn, you've really got to control because if you let Thrawn just run around doing his thing, you're going to lose. So usually my first move, stun Vader. Second move, use Luke on Thrawn. Third move, use Luke on Thrawn. Then I use speed up on my Rex just in case. Get tenacity up, and then Thrawn's got full turn meter, fracture Scion, and then rock and roll. You know, so it's really not that hard. Then my Kenobi goes because they've got the turn meter and he does his retribution. So I let their Nihilus or Tarkin or whoever hit me, and then all five of my guys go wee and hit them. It's free tax. All right, next question.
Darth Unlucky. If I haven't started working on Ewoks or Night Sisters, once they release Wicket/Mother, who should I farm first?
Night Sisters.
Night Sisters.
Yeah, I think we're all Night Sisters.
Yeah.
I mean, not that
They just
Ewoks
have
are
way more
bad.
viability.
Yeah, the Night Sisters will get you more bang for your buck. You know, I mean, I'm finishing Acolyte to 7 stars and then just working on their gear. I was working on finishing a few more of my other characters to gear 11, so...
Did I just come back to Ranger saying Ewoks are not bad?
You got to call it as you see it. I still hate the Murder Bears, but I still give them credit where credit's due.
And now my purpose in life is over.
Yeah, right. So.
A good team.
They are a good team. I mean, they have
Star Wicked
usage.
too.
Yeah, but they're so gear heavy and Zetas, and it's a lot. If I'm going to pick between Night Sisters and Ewoks, I would go Night Sisters. And I know you would too, Finn.
Yep.
See? So. Finn's,
Science.
Yeah, Dr. Finn's here. He's through his meetings.
We dressed the Night
still
Sisters
kind
in
of in my
Ewok
meetings.
skins.
What's that?
Mike.
Mike, what?
Do you want me to repeat it? Because we might
I
get
didn't hear
Finn
you.
crying. I said we could always dress the Night Sisters in Ewok skins.
Oh, that's not a bad move.
Night Ewoks. Ooh.
I'm now thinking of Mr. Burns and see my coat.
Mm-hmm. They can
That
all
sounds
have,
like
Zombie
something from Game
Wicket.
of Thrones.
they can all have fur lining like in
It's like Game of Thrones, dude.
Yeah,
There's
Game
gonna
of
be a
Thrones
whole
with the
area of
furs
Night
on the
Ewoks.
shoulders and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of something completely different. I was thinking of like Night Sisters wearing like furry Ewok bikinis, but
That works.
I don't want to see Mother
Where is
Talzin in a
Rendezvous
furry.
King?
I don't want to see that.
Oh.
I don't want to see
Oh.
old Daka in one. No.
No, I don't think Zombie would look good in a bikini
No,
either.
no.
It's just like, oh, dude,
Oh.
that's rotten.
Wicked zombie.
Literally.
Oh. Oh no. Oh my god. No. Ugh. Ugh. All right. Next question.
By the way,
Keep
Ranger,
it-
really
yeah.
quick before the next question, I have the GG page for our roster review today in the Skype chat.
Well, let me get that.
We can do questions for a little bit, though. Start that at 12:30. Go ahead, Stanley.
Keyboard the Planet Eater. Question: I finished my crew farm. Should I keep going after the cruise ship?
Oh yes.
Yes.
yes. So you haven't finished your crew farm then?
Yeah, cruise ship is the best ship in the game.
Lies.
That's truth.
Nope, Biggs.
I don't
Sorry,
know.
there is no team that doesn't have Biggs. Biggs is still the
Millennium-
best ship. in the game.
My team doesn't have
Millennium
bigs.
Falcon's
Yeah.
amazing at 7.
I raised you TIE Reaper.
I might be being mean there.
Really, Skype? You're gonna do this to me again?
Yeah, but here's the thing: Tie Reaper and Biggs can't one-shot Biggs like
Or
Tie
stun.
Silencer can. Tie Silencer, in 2 turns you can one-shot any ship.
I put up today. If anyone's interested, it's 25 seconds long, and it's my TIE Silencer hitting a TFP for 135k. Boom! Gone.
Nice.
Nasty shit.
I did put the caveat in there though that it was the one time that the TFP didn't dodge out of 100.
Yeah, now if only our TIE fighter pilots could freaking dodge like opponents' ones could.
Oh, tell me.
I've got the profile up when we're ready to do it.
I'm under the theory that the TFP actually is the Artful Dodger flying it.
All right, let's do a couple more questions and we'll do the roster review.
Eric Australia, question for Raid Han: is 4 speed, 2 critical chance set with good secondary speed be good for him, or 4 critical damage, 2 critical chance set? Also, what's the ideal speed for Raid Han in general?
I'd say for Raid Han, you'd want, 240, I think it was, right? At least 240?
At least 240. But he's going to go first.
Yeah, he goes first anyways, but you also want him to go fast in the long run, so he keeps doing that stupidly high, insane damage double tap.
I mean, Jesus, that thing is so disgusting. I mean, it's just incredible how hard he hits. Especially once you get the bayonet on him, he's just like, oh, armor, I don't care if you're a tank, die. It just, he's a monster. So good. Stun, he buffs your team, especially when you get the 2 times critical chance and everything up on him. Oh my god, he really hits hard then. It's like, whee! Yeah, I mean, I don't know about 240.
Also depends where you're using him.
Yeah,
Are we talking arena or are we talking Sith raid?
Well,
good point.
Because this was something we were chatting about prior to going on air.
All right.
And for Sith raid, you want a slow Han. Whereas
because you want him to keep the standalone up as long as possible.
Stand alone.
Yeah.
I say 220 on his speed. He's fast, but he's not overly fast, and that's where I have mine at, and it works fine. You don't have to go.
I wouldn't be concerned too much about his speed, though.
Yeah,
you want to get him fast, right? But he's all about his damage, so make sure that you get your crit damage. Don't go speed set just to hit your speeds, right?
Right.
You want to get your crit damage set on there with the crit damage triangle. If you want, you can run a crit chance 2 piece, or you can run something for speed at that point because he gets a lot of crit chance anyways. But focus on the crit damage and then get his speed as high as you can. The higher the better, but crit damage is still key.
You can go the offense mod route as well, and put a 4 set of offense.
You could, but his crit chance is so high that crit damage actually works out better for him.
He stands alone.
But I like plus offense as a secondary stat on him. He's maybe not the best use of it. There are some better ones like Ezra and Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum. I have this discussion with Ewokin every now and then. But
I hear sweary daughter. Tell her to watch her language.
So Ahsoka and Ezra are better for plus offense. But I think OG Han is really good with, or Raid Han is really good with plus offense. So I would focus on his damage stats primarily, and especially if you're running him behind like a CLS fleet, so he's counterattacking, the speed is quite as useful. So I would make sure you focus on the damage and keep his speed up second.
I agree with that. All right, one more question, then we'll do this roster review. I hope everybody's pulling it up, so I'm not sharing my screen. It's in Skype chat. So let's do another questions to give everybody a chance to pull that up so they can look at it at the same time that we're looking at it.
Chubham Goal. Question: what are the minimum gear requirements on Phoenix for getting 7-star Thrawn event?
Well, I can tell you this right now. Gear 8s are higher, because if you're trying to go in there Gear 7 or partial Gear 8, you're going to get a 6-hour stream where you get drunk and it's awful. Prepare thyself for this weekend, but my Phoenix is much better geared now. Someone just asked me, I was like, yeah, I put some gear on them here and there. You know?
What level do they need to be?
Oh, 85. You got to be level 85.
Unless your gear level is so high that it's
even then, I still say 85. I mean, to take
I wouldn't go below 85. Yeah, 85 gear 8 with RNG.
I haven't even upgraded my Phoenix since the Thrawn event. All mine are gear 8, and I'm gonna, put some God mods on them and try to stream the Mythic event for a couple hours myself.
Yeah, it's just stand alone.
If I could do it with gear 8, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. It's a... All right, let's look at this review. We're looking at, it says Patty913, but what's the name of the person that we're looking at today for him?
Patty913.
Oh, it is Patty9. Okay, sometimes they're different. I just want to make sure. So, they are running a CLS Titan team with R2.
And he's looking for help primarily with Arena to try and see if there's a different Arena team he can do better with, as well as how to prepare for the Sith raid.
Right. So, my first thing is ditch R2. Just ditch R2. If you're not going to... you can run it if you need JTR, but throw Rex in there. And let's look at your Rex, because...
I'll bring this back down one up.
Because R2 does nothing for you against all those pallet types that are in there. And mine's being slow. Okay, this is awesome.
R2's just feeding them turn meter.
Yeah, let's look at your Rex. So your Rex is gear 11, yeah. Get him, Rex is easy to get to gear 12. Put him in there, get rid of R2. That's going to make a huge difference in your lineup right off the bat. So, start looking at your characters and your mods. Let's see here. Let's start with Luke.
Also, real quick too about Rex Ranger, you put a tenacity cross on him, right?
Yes.
Just to kind of make him more durable and make sure that he's keeping those buffs off of him.
Why did I go to Finn? I didn't hit Finn. I hit damn CLS. It took me to damn Finn. Let's try this again.
All roads lead to Finn.
No, they don't. Try this again. Alright, there's Luke. Alright, so he's got a 30 speed, 3 speed, 9 speed, 10 speed, 4 speed, 9 speed. I mean, his speed overall is 232 CLS. Not bad. I can see you probably need some upgrades on your mods, but you've got some decent mods on there, so not too shabby. 232, we'll take it. And then if we look at... let's look at Han.
He has fairly decent mods.
Yeah, I think his mods aren't going to be the issue. I think it's just the lineup he's running.
Yeah, and he's very speed heavy on R2, which makes sense if you're using R2, but obviously if we're switching it, you're going to want to move those mods.
Move those to Rex. OG
Rex,
Hans,
I would say Thrawn.
199. Yeah, or Thrawn, yeah. You want to make Thrawn fast because then you can speed up your Rex and then just enjoy the chaos and damage. Han's fine. He's 199. You're missing speed on your triangle, which is only a 4-dot mod. You need to upgrade that. I know it's 31 critical damage, but try to find another critical damage triangle and get the speed. Upgrade that. That's kind of hurting you a little bit there on OG Han. I know why you're running it, and you probably may not have the mod that you need, but keep farming mods. Let's see.
Yeah, you can always get better mods, even if you have good ones. I mean, you need that 5-star 36 crit damage for Han.
I bought a purple triangle today purely because it's crit damage with speed.
Yes.
Nice.
Haven't modded it yet or leveled it yet, but
yeah,
those
Thrawn's only 202 speed. That's not going to do it. You need to have Thrawn way higher on speed. I mean, he's got.
Yeah, you want to aim for like 240, 250 at least.
Yes, you got to get him up. So if you got mods on R2, you can switch those to old Thrawn.
Yeah, give him the Thrawn and he'll go so much faster and you won't be able to stop him on defense.
Because his R2, let's look at that. He has Jedi Training Ray. I can understand why he's going with this team.
He doesn't have a Zeta on BB-8.
Yeah, that's understandable.
He has the Zeta on Jedi Training Ray lead.
Figured.
And if you
R2 246 speed, Jesus. If you're gonna run JTR, then keep the mods on R2, right? If you're not gonna run JTR with BB-8, then put these on Thrawn. It's that simple. Or farm some more mods and get them higher. You know, you can see you have 2 teams.
For JTR, you're gonna need her in Arena and the Sith Raid. So maybe keeping those mods on R2 would be a bad idea because that's your phase 1 team.
You could do that and just farm a couple more mods up and just keep the mod farm going and see if you can get some better mods because you only have speed on some of the mods you have, and if you can get some super speed on Thrawn, that would be great.
That's true, and then also you don't need all the speed on R2. You just give those mods to Thrawn and then put some health mods on R2 to keep him alive and keep him spreading the health.
Alright, everybody else looking at here, let's see. Overall, I mean, team, I can see he's done a lot of work. He's got a lot of stuff he's got to work on still. And
leveling a lot of solid characters. I don't see any character that's really too bad that he's working on.
No,
I'm looking at his Zetas total right now. So
what are you seeing?
So 9 Zetas total, not bad. The Zetas I would recommend going for next if you want to prepare for the Sith Raid. He doesn't have Veer Zeta. I think Veer Zeta is that gives you a brand new team almost.
Yeah. He doesn't have BB-8, so that would probably be the one he needs.
He doesn't have BB-8, yeah, so you could do BB-8.
Yeah, you need BB-8 ASAP.
Because right now he has Binds All Things, Vader lead, Finn lead, Ebb and Flow. He has Han Zeta.
Good.
OG Kylo's Outrage. He has Combat Analysis, Number Crunch on R2.
Good.
And then I believe Inspiring Presence, that's JTR's lead.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are the ones he has right now. So I would say, BB-8 next, because those are really the only Zetas you need for that team. I mean, you can get by that P1 team.
Yeah, I don't even have the other Zetas on Rey, and I do just fine.
Yeah.
You can do her one unique that gives her more offense. That can up the damage input, but again, that's if you want to put the Zeta on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to run that team really skinny and try to get more Zetas out, I mean, you can do BB-8, Spears, you can do Crew lead.
His Kylo Ren's 11, Tier 11, yeah.
Trying to think what else.
You just pointed it out. R2 is double Zeta. That combat analysis one is probably hurting him against Emperor Palpatine.
Oh yeah, that's why I said you got to get him out of there.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
if it wasn't Zeta, I mean, we would probably still say to remove him because of just the utility. But especially with combat analysis, he needs to go now.
Yeah, R2 hurts you way more than helps you in Arena, especially now.
BB-8's roll with the punches and Emperor Palpatine lead are probably 2 of the Zetas he wants to work on soon. And Veers, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Also, another Zeta, I mean, Night Sisters, Asajj lead.
I was going to ask him, how's his Night Sisters? Asajj lead or even Asajj Rampage, whatever.
I'm not seeing...
Yeah, because I mean, I just did Asajj lead, and my Asajj and Doc are the only
there's been a lot of work on the old Night Sisters here. I would get Troopers finished first, and then maybe you can go Night Sisters. Get the Veers,
I totally agree with that too.
Yeah, his Night Sisters are maximum level 53.
Yeah.
Level 53, Gear 6 is his DACA, so he hasn't worked on Night Sisters yet.
Yeah, finish up your get the Veer Zeta after BB-8. Get your Trooper team
Your
going.
Zombie is level 62, Gear 5, don't touch it.
Yep.
Until you're sure that you want to go strong or weak, leave it.
Just leave them squishy and take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm. So decide what you want to do with your Night Sister Zombie, but don't touch it yet. You're in a good position right now with Gear 5, level 62. Probably just where you want it to be. So don't touch it until you're sure if you're doing anything with Night Sisters.
I think that's about all I see. I mean, he's working on a lot of characters. They're getting them slowly but surely. But yeah, I think what we recommended about your arena team and everything else, mods, Zetas, team comps you can work on, I think that'll be your best bet. I mean, you're in a good spot. You got a lot of the good characters that you need done. You know, you can get your first order up. You can go crew Zetas after that too. I mean, you know, while you're working on your Night Sisters, get the Zetas on crew, finish up your first order team. That's another really solid team you can use for the raid and territory battles and territory wars. And you've already started there. They're pretty close. With first
Pro
order,
Droid.
Yeah, Pro Droid. Well, he's got to get that out of the raid.
Right, yeah. For troopers, right.
I think it's largely mods.
Yeah.
When you go to their mods, you'll see that it's not like R2 is being as fast as possible right now. He has mods that's scattered.
Yeah.
I mean, they're on characters he's using, but I can see much better mods that are currently on, like Thrawn and BB-8 and Vader and Stark, instead of making his R2 even faster, especially for like that squad. So I think you will need to go through your mods, make sure some characters are just better with pure speed. It's not all, but some characters, how fast you can get them is really important, and that's BB-8, R2, and Thrawn, just kind of in the main teams that you seem to be working on right now. I know BB-8 isn't Zeted yet, but really have to make sure you focus on how to get your speed maxed out, and we can help you with that on the Discord in terms of how to maximize your speed on a character. But I think you can get your R2 like much faster because he has like a +3 and a +4 speed secondary mods, and he has 16 and 15 scattered. So,
Mike, you and that damn beard of yours.
Let me double check here, but I think he has.
That was Finn. He's wearing an Ewok suit.
What was I doing? I'm wearing Ewok suits. Let me get to his.
I'm distracting from my beardy.
Yeah, he has mods scattered. Yeah, Fulcrum Ahsoka has like a +11, and OG Han has a 14 and 10 on Poe and Hera. Yeah, so you have good mods that are scattered elsewhere that can speed up your R2, and then in reality, you might want to switch it to Thrawn and make your Thrawn even faster. There is always a little bit of a trade-off with using a speed set versus a non-speed set. If the speed set has a lower secondary, there's a way to analyze whether or not it is better to use a speed set or non-speed set in order to maximize your speed, and we can go through that in more detail on the Discord. But your speed is essentially not optimized for your squad, and I think that may be where some of your struggles are coming.
Yeah, as well as the team you're using. So. All right, I think we've covered this one in depth, right? Anything else that stands out to you guys that you're seeing?
So he wanted to know about the Sith raid too, right? So we went through his arena.
Yeah, we did. We mentioned some teams that he can work on. So JTR, he's working on. Troopers, he needs to get up.
Yeah,
he can go with his crew
benefit
team.
the Sith raid too.
Yeah, he's got the pieces. He just needs to get them set, and he's got the teams that he can use in the Sith raid.
All right.
So yeah, we did cover that.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Lord. Good job. Hold on. Mike, good job, whoever that was. Now keyboard's thinking about food. Thanks, Mike.
Wait, that had nothing to do with anybody.
She said, do I hear food being ruffled about?
You could ruffle anything, and keyboard is going to think it's a bag of potato chips.
Okay, well, I'm just
The last is hungry. We need to feed her.
I know. The Planet Eater is...
Planet Eater needs a...
She's always hungry. All right.
Is she Galactus?
I don't know.
In disguise.
She is powerful. Her hunger's powerful.
She is now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Galactus is her uncle.
Yeah.
That explains so much.
Yeah. All right, next question, Sam. I didn't mean to interrupt you, sir.
Revenator, question. Thoughts on what units will be required for Tier 3 of the Thrawn Mythic event?
Empire with the Thrawn lead.
Empire.
Yeah. It's going to be probably the same cadence, I guess, where you got the Empire, then you have the team that you could use anybody with, and then the other one will be Phoenix.
I have a feeling we're going to face all 6 Phoenix, too.
You think so?
Yeah, probably.
That would be
yeah,
I'm
fun.
gonna get
kinda
all
like,
six
yeah.
Phoenix with all of them with 100% turn meter at the start.
I know. You just go just like,
They got
whee!
Zetas.
Just like the R2 event. Yep.
Mhm.
That'll be creamy
I'm
and
not gonna be
fun.
able to do that with Gear 8.
So in other
Yeah, but I
words,
mean, if
it'll
you have
probably
Thrawn,
be.
I mean, you could fracture one of them, fracture Kanan.
True.
I wouldn't really worry about it too much because, like, most people have EP and Vader up really high now since they're the meta. So it'll be Thrawn. You run EP, Vader, and then Shore and probably Stormtrooper, and you'll walk through it.
Yeah, I'm not chasing it, but I mean, at the same time, I got some decent Empire tunes.
Word.
Either
We
way,
haven't
it's
even
going
seen the
to be
rewards
fun.
for it yet. Hoping some Zetas.
Word.
Please and thank you.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Keyboard the Planet Eater.
Uh-oh.
Question: if you were a puppy, what breed would you be?
Oh, what?
So she could find out what she would be
English
eating.
Bulldog for me.
English Bulldog for you? Really?
I love English Bulldogs. They are my favorite breed of dog.
I would be a wolf and eat Finn's British Bulldog.
So do you have the expression? I mean, when
I'm
you
serious,
see
a big
someone
type
really
Siberian
upset
wolf.
or angry looking, it's like you look like a bulldog chewing a wasp.
Finn.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I just thought I'd throw that one out there.
It's not
I
rocket
think I'd be a
size.
Weimaraner. They look pretty cool, like the petrol coloured Dobermans.
Yeah, I'm going with the wolf and eating Finn.
Pitbull, I got 3 of them.
I'd go Cavalier King Charles Spaniel.
Oh,
Wow.
look at that fancy smanshy schmanshy.
I'd go for Great Dane because Great Danes are amazing. They're freaking
That's
huge
true.
too.
They're fun.
They don't live very long though, do they?
They drool a lot too.
Well, maybe he likes
But
drool.
I mean, they're really. I mean, the personality on Great
Yeah, they're
Danes
very
are
sweet animals.
one of the greatest personalities for one of the large dog breeds.
Yeah, I have a friend. She has a Great Dane, and when she had her last baby, that Great Dane was just the sweetest dog ever because that little baby hugging it and stuff, and the Great Dane would just roll over and let it play with it. They're just very, very nice, sweet animals. Very, 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 very cool animals. Anybody else? Okay, next question.
Daniel Jornia. What is going on with sim tickets? Soon we're going to have zounds of them with no use.
That we know
Hey, the
of.
more the better.
Yeah, hey.
There was a point in the game where you didn't have any.
Yes, God.
I don't miss that.
Remember those
now
days?
I'm sitting on like almost 13k of them.
And I think it's
Well,
for newer players primarily.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really
I don't
is.
they're going to be used
Especially if
for
you're
anything.
just getting
Yeah.
into fleets, that's a perfect time for it.
And I hate to bring up the other game, but like I noticed a lot of people have been commenting about how in the Marvel game there is no sim tickets.
We're not talking about Marvel. Next question.
There's
Dragon
nothing
Ball,
wrong with talking about it.
No!
So-
We're on
so-
Finn, got it!
So here's the other thing, though, and I was saying this before. It's possible that they'll bring back tournaments. Ally tokens, they've already basically decided is going to be used on Bronzeons. So I don't think they're going to use it I don't think they're going to use ally tokens. It's possible that they will use sim tickets as a currency to do tournament battles. So that's just something potentially they could do as a growing currency.
I don't see them bringing those back because there's way too much to do right now in the game where.
I agree with you. I'm just saying, just in case, that may be a use for it, but I don't see it coming back anytime soon either.
Oh yeah. I mean that's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head where they'd be able to use an abundance of extra currency that people aren't using.
Or potentially a sandbox mode. You have to use a sim ticket in order to sandbox against one of your allies.
That would be cool. I could see that. That'd be a cool use for them.
King Cash said, did my question get skipped or did I miss it?
Let me look back.
I see his question. I can read it.
Go ahead.
So his question is, who would win, TIE Fighter Pilot and Stormtrooper versus First Order Stormtrooper and First Order TIE Pilot? All abilities and gears max.
I'm going to go with the
so
First Order.
2v2.
First Order, yep.
Yeah, I'd say First Order
First
as
Order
well.
demonstrated that they can actually hit stuff. They slaughtered all kinds of stuff. The Stormtroopers would probably shoot themselves and the TIE Fighter probably with them.
And Stormtrooper, the First Order Stormtrooper counterattacks, and they both keep on getting advantage, so they're almost like guaranteed crits all the time.
It's better trained.
So,
just better trained.
And they don't need to worry about the ability block or anything from TFP because their basics are nasty. So, yeah, I would go First Order.
All right. Next question.
Josue Garcia. What team should I get to Gear 11 first? Crew lead First Order team or Rogue One team? My Rogue One are all at Gear 8. My First Order are all around Gear 9.
First Order.
First Order. The only use for Rogue One is that one node
in territory battles.
Territory battles. That is their only full purpose right now. No one's running in the arena. No one's using them for territory wars.
On offense, maybe, yeah, that's it.
I mean, on offense, maybe, but I mean, you could always just go after a weaker team.
I mean, they have their place, and it's a good faction, but I still say First Order only because, yeah, it's a heavy investment. I mean, both of those factions are, but First Order, they wreck fools, man, and you got way more viability. You got ships on there, so you're getting way more GP.
Run them in arena, too.
Yeah, you can do everything with those. First Order is amazing.
All right. Next question, please.
Bradzo Swaga. Question, have you seen the Gar Saxon lead video on the new Sith raid? From Obi's Corner, if you're interested.
I have not. Has anybody seen this?
That's the Sync team, isn't it? The Empire Sync team?
I could see it, though. I mean, all the leaders in the game that have a counter ability, very valuable in Phase 2 for the raid. And then also, like we've pointed out before with First Order, once, Nihilus is down, it's a lot more convenient than when he's up. Yeah, it's counter lead, and I could see it working in Phase 2.
You really need the Zeta on Gar, though, don't you, for the 5% health?
The survivability and heroic, I would assume so, yeah. And I mean, it does make the ship more viable, so if it's, something to give a pro to it, and same thing you could say about Death Trooper if you wanted to run Krennic, or if you already had it, it gives it more viability for the ship.
Yep, always down with that.
All right, next question.
Mr. Pennypinch, question, Ranger, have you seen the new teaser for Qui-Gon Jinn in Battlefront 2 and new maps?
I have not seen that. If you can link it, that'd be great. I don't know if it's actual.
Sweet.
Is it legit, or is this someone just putting some stuff together?
I don't think there's anything.
Does it lead with, I will find you, and I will kill you?
It's like a Darth Maul. If you let Obi-Wan go, that'll be the end of it. But if not, I will find you, and I will kill you. And Darth Maul's like, good luck, Jedi. Oh, God. Next question, por favor.
Michael D. Question, Mother Talzin or crew?
Oh.
In what context?
Crew.
Yeah.
I'd say it depends on where you're using it.
Yeah.
If it's like
I'm also
arena,
not sure what this is referencing.
I think it's which one do you think is better, Mother Talzin or crew? You had to pick one.
Well, Mother Talzin isn't farmable, right?
Mm-mm.
If you're looking at the game in totality, I would say Mother Talzin, if she was farmable.
Okay, let's take that aside. But hold on, let's take that aside for a second. If we're going to put together a team and we want to get a character, who do we want to start off with? It's like an NBA draft. Like, you're going to put a team together, put aside everything else, right? if you could just pick and get it, who would you go with, Mother Talzin or Crew? Then we can put in the other factors, but based off the character, the kit, and what they can do, which one would you pick, Finn?
Crew.
Yeah, like where are they more viable and like how pro the con to each?
Yeah, I would go Crew then. I think Crew is the better character of the two, but I think Mother Talzin, if she's farmable, has a better use for the additional Zetas. But she's not farmable yet, so that's why I wasn't sure what to. But he's saying better gear investment. I would go with Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're all up in the air about it, but you have to look at what the pros and cons are at the end of both factions.
Yeah, if I really had the choice between Talzin or Crew, which one's better, I'd say Crew. Because I mean, Crew is, I mean, he's just as viable as Thrawn, because of that. His, you cannot resist my stuns.
He's survivable on his own. Keeps his own kit, keeps himself alive.
Yeah, and he laughs at old Ben's Zetas. His stun will not trigger old Ben's double taunt.
That's a very good point, too.
All right.
Yeah, but is he going to look as good as MT in a bikini?
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Even better.
That's another question.
I don't want to go into that question. That's a bad question. I'll show you the dark side.
Bad.
Oh, did I drop a coin?
I'll show you.
All right, next question, please.
Josue Garcia, question: have any of y'all tried running a First Order fleet? How do y'all think it would work with Thrawn Capital?
I actually tried this last week.
And how did it
So
go?
I'll take a shot at this question. It went horribly. So the problem with the First Order is they have no synergy. I mean, all their ships are fantastic. They're all very good. But right out the gate, I would say the only two you really should be running is First Order TIE Fighter and or Silencer. Those are the two you could probably run at the start. You really need to have a Biggs or TIE Reaper or Imperial TIE Fighter. And then the other two, like the Shuttle and the Special Forces TIE Fighter, I keep for reinforcements. But until the First Order gets a capital ship where they can synergize together somehow, I mean, I don't think there's any same faction that can synergize that well in fleet right now. Anyways, just because there's not a whole lot of ships. But no, you definitely want Shuttle for reinforcements just because the reduced cooldown. I always go after TIE Fighter pilot. That way he can get his evasion up a turn early. And Special Forces, I love him as a reinforcements only because his AoE really helps, especially if someone's still stealth from a scimitar. You can do some damage over everybody and reduce their turn meter a little bit. So, yeah, starting lineup, I would say Silencer and First Order TIE Fighter are the only two you could really run.
Yeah, I agree, because Kylo Ren's command shuttle, it has, so big of a kit, it just doesn't play well on defense, and that's the main problem for me. Yeah, I just finished getting it to 7 stars a couple days ago, and I've been thinking about implementing it in my arena team. But again, you got to think about defense in the long run.
Yeah, it belongs on the bench for reinforcements. You can't have that as a starting ship.
Oh yeah, for sure. Kind of like a Gauntlet Starfighter.
Yeah,
such a good ship to pull off the bench. Especially when if their Thrawn has done the buff debuff, send in Gauntlet and just get rid of it all.
Yeah, and it plays well on defense because its missile is appropriate, especially with the debuffs, and then giving all that extra armor to your team no matter who's on the team.
And if you've got a Silencer already in the fleet, of course he's going to get those buffs, and boom. Yeah.
He's hitting hard.
All right. Next question.
On Carlo 1975, question, is there any advantage you can gain from having 2 logins, i.e. run 2 different accounts with different tunes on each?
No.
You get to play twice as long as everyone else.
Yeah.
And you can donate each of your accounts 1 piece of gear every single day if they're in the same guild.
Word?
You get to complain more at CG when they screw both accounts over.
And then you get twice as many rewards. When they give you
Hey.
Unless they only screw up one of your accounts.
Oh, see.
Yo,
I don't know.
You get to celebrate twice as much when they give you 3 Clone Wars Chewbacca shards on both accounts.
And you just got 2,000 crystals. Everyone else got
Yeah,
1,000.
you did.
The answer is unfortunately no.
Can like siphon everything in from one account to another.
So there is one potential way that I think you could do something. Is if you run your accounts to hit arena at the same time, they may end up on the same arena shard, and you can help each other move up.
Yeah, you can tank one team and climb with the other.
You can lock yourself in with your other account every 5 minutes and make it so it's a steady 10-minute lock.
Oh,
Your
God.
reality has just been skewed.
Science.
It's been something.
All right.
Stama Ozbuff, question dropped from 78 to 131 one day in arena with Palp lead. Couldn't make it under yesterday. Woke up in 189. What to do? Zeta, Palpatine, Vader, Thrawn, CLS, and Tarkin.
You have no taunter.
Yeah.
You have so 2 things. One, a drop from 131 to 189 is not all that huge, particularly now that you can see your max jump. I think that's 2 attacks, if I remember correctly. I think 189 to 131 will be something like 2 attacks. So you can easily come back. You may need to do a refresh or an extra refresh one day in order to come back up. But I don't think the drops are unreasonably high given the territory and the max jumps you can make. But your team has no taunter. So you're easily able to take out any of the characters that you want at will. So you need to put in either like a Kenobi, a Scion, a Sith Trooper,
Shore Trooper, something. You Heck,
need
even
a
GK.
Yeah.
Just
So one
to
of
get a
those 4
tank in
tanks.
there.
You could even do crew if you had a crew with a Zeta unique. Crew would work as well. So you need something to replace, I would say, Tarkin from that team. Maybe actually CLS. I'm going to say CLS you can replace.
I was saying maybe switch out if he's got Scion. Scion would be a great fit in there.
Yeah, and you can
Yeah.
replace Tarkin and CLS with Scion and Nihilus or something like that.
Yeah,
Mm.
try to say.
Oh, the 2 together. Oh,
Mhm.
wow. Yeah, yeah. That's my next project. I want to try that. Once I get a Zeta on Scion, I want to try under a Rex lead. I'm thinking Scion and Nihilus is going to be nasty.
It could be done.
Eric Estrella, question, what are your guys' team that got the most hits and still survived in territory wars?
My crew team.
Same with me. What did yours have, Ranger?
I think the best I've ever done is like 7 or 8. You know,
Okay.
usually
Well,
usually this last one I think it was like 2 or 3, but usually it's 7 or 8 that it tries on that team. So
My crew lead got 12 this last one.
Nice.
Then I had an EP lead that got 11. The EP team is a little bit different. It's a EP lead, Vader, Wampa, Sidious, and Nihilus.
Oh, God. Sweet Jesus.
Yeah, crew lead.
Yeah, crew is
That's one so
on
far.
defense. It's just the AI plays it right, and I cannot wait to get TIE Fighter, Special Forces done, and Executioner. And that team's really going to be. Can you imagine if you had those 2 right now? V just. Oh,
Well, I have Special Forces right now. Special Forces, I don't like his AI too much.
Mm.
So I don't play him. I just try to keep the original 4 plus crew.
Mm.
But it's definitely a good character. I like him in territory battles.
All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, one of my team members a few territory wars ago used a CLS lead with Captain Han Solo and other rebels, and this was at the last territory, and they just could not take out that team. It took them something like 18 teams to finally take him down.
I believe it.
Couple more questions.
Pedro Fendino. Question: silencer, main team, or off bench?
That's main team.
I use him in main team because you want him
Stunning.
Doing as much damage and stunning as possible because
it amps him up.
It speeds him up. It gives him damage. I mean, he's just amazing.
Yeah,
I'm an off the bench 3 or 4 guy personally.
Well, nobody likes you.
Because I like him
You
coming
can do
in
either
just using
or.
his basic for the stun.
Yeah,
he doesn't fit into my lineup.
Well, yeah, it's
You
understandable.
don't have to
At
have
first,
him on.
that's kind of how it started. You know, it was him coming off the bench in the 3rd or 4th slot, and now he's fitting in there so well. It's like, why isn't he in the starting lineup? And like you guys said, he gets more burly the more he's going.
Yeah.
I think once you get him to 7 stars, then it's like, yeah, throw him in the starting lineup. But if you feel hesitant, like you're at 4 or 5 stars with him, then there's nothing wrong with putting him on the bench. He's just as viable.
Yeah, it
Yeah, he
depends on
gets
who you're
burly,
running.
he incorporates it.
Yeah. All right, let's do one more question.
Josue Garcia. Last question today, I promise. Do y'all think we will be getting Hux this year, or are they holding him off until episode 9?
I have no idea. God.
I think we have to get him this year, only because the rumors about him being a first order capital ship pilot or whatever you want to call it. Only because ships really need something this year. I feel like with the amount of time we've had ships, it's really, really hurting. And if we do get Hux, then it would only make sense because, like I said, we really need another capital ship or something to spice ships up again.
Yeah, the ships need some love if they're going to make it viable and continue to grow it. If not, it's going to die, and no one's going to care. It sits at that point.
Oh yeah, it needs more stretch factions and finished out. Like the resistance ships need their capital ship and a full team, as opposed to how many first order ships there are. And they've already said out loud that there will be more Last Jedi tunes and stuff like that coming to the game. We just have to wait and see how they start the new cadence, and them releasing new tunes one at a time is gonna kind of delay that. But we should see a capital ship sooner or later.
Yeah, it's TM.
I'll take an additional guess here. I think Hux is coming this year, but I think, like a lot of things, is going to be tied with something else coming in the Star Wars universe. So I'm going to guess that Hux is coming this year at the same time that there's either like a new Hux book or there's like a Hux comic or something. But it's going to be
May 4th?
Hux something else in the universe.
May 4th, yeah, that would be the next
order
day.
in general, yeah.
So I think there's going to be something else Hux related in the universe, and that's going to in the larger Star Wars universe, and that's going to trigger a Hux in the game.
Sure.
Maybe something related to Battlefront.
Could be.
Because the only link with Battlefront in this game was Battlefront 1, unfortunately. When I think when Battlefront 1, I don't remember if it was when Battlefront 1 launched or shortly after launch. That's when they introduced Magma Trooper to the game. And they're like, to celebrate the launch of Battlefront, here's Magma Trooper, and you can start farming him. Go Empire.
Also, to note that the similarities in the game, like we've speculated, like them pulling abilities from there before, like when they released Jedi Rey in Battlefront 2, she has the Mind Trick ability as one of her specials, and Mind Trick in game, is a pretty cool comparison.
Yeah,
so,
when you're using that on people,
in-game
it's fun. When it's being used against you, you're like, God damn it, Ray.
In both games.
The hero versus villain aspect of Battlefront 2 is a fun thing.
I don't know. I find Jedi Rey's Mind Trick extremely funny, especially when it's used on Ranger.
Yeah, I'm like, God damn it.
And
It's like it works for you or against you, but not for you.
Because she'll
And
sit
add
there
on
using,
to
you're like,
Zy-
ah!
add on to Xylo's point, I think Vinny was saying like something else has to happen before they introduce Hux. Phasma, I feel like she needs a rework. I really do think she needs a rework, or we need to get a Last Jedi Phasma. And I think maybe
I think
if they
they're done with
introduce that,
Phasma though.
Yeah, I do
Like her
too.
character's already done.
the way she plays in Battlefront is completely different. And I'm not trying to say all the characters.
Oh,
play
yeah,
the
she's
same,
amazing in Battlefront 2.
but her kit is so basic. She has no unique. I mean, maybe just give her a unique, kind of like they did with Vader. Like do a small rework like that.
Yeah,
Because, if they
I've
can make her
speculated
like
on that.
if they can make her like a General Veers for First Order, oh my god! Like you'd immediately include her on the crew team. I mean, you'd
Yeah,
find a spot for her.
There's a lot of tunes in game that have a leader role that don't have uniques, and you'd like to see that kind of implemented, and you want to see the best that you can get of all your tunes. So I wouldn't be opposed to them getting uniques.
Like I could see them doing possibly a small rework of Phasma to get her more up to date and viable.
I
Because
mean,
she's
her
the
leader's
worst.
interesting.
She's the worst First Order character. Every other character has way more use than her. Even Officer. An Officer doesn't have a unique. The Officer is really, really good.
Right. Well, there's all three of those tunes that are, triple omegas with no uniques. Or I'm sorry, well, Executioner and the Special Forces pilot aren't inquired in that, but, they could all use an extra piece to them. But I think Phasma not having more viability right now makes sense because she was so valuable before crew. And now that, her character's 86th out of the story and she is where she is, she still has some viability with her leadership. It's just finding that team with your extra First Order pieces to make a 5-tune team with it.
Yeah.
Stand alone. All right, so that's our stream for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it for your hump day. If you have more questions and join our Discord, you can go in there and you can ask your questions, and that's what it's set up for and designed for. Make sure you like and subscribe, guys, not just to us, but to these other channels, which we're going to let them pimp here in a second. But it really helps support the channel, helps the community grow, helps us to be able to keep up the content that you guys love coming out. So that's the best way you can support us. Also, so we're going to let everybody go real quick around the corner. Mike, where can they find you?
I'm on... I'm not on mute. Yay! I'm on YouTube, mike.hunt.swgoh.
All right. Zyla, where can folks check you out?
Yeah, just Google Xylo Takedown SWGOH. Got my own YouTube channel, on Twitter, all that stuff too. You come see me, like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm still creeping up on 100 subscribers too, so it means a lot. And putting out some more video series coming up too. Come check those out.
Awesome. Did I miss anybody? Okay. But remember, tonight we have the RSG Wednesday night stream where we take the latest and greatest of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes news and notes to break it down and tell you what it all means. Make sure you join us at Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. Also, we will, afterwards, we'll do some Battlefront 2, and then we'll start doing some more Battlefront this week. Again, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll do some hardcore Battlefront stuff. So I think that's it. So on behalf of myself and everybody here, thank you all for being here. Enjoy the rest of your hump day. We'll see you guys tonight for the Galaxy Hero show and then the Battlefront 2 show afterwards. So thanks for everybody that supports us in the channel and being here. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will holler at you later. Peace.